Hello, BigH Trucking, sitting at the shipper, and I'm watching this amazing lightning storm happening. I'm hoping to catch some of it on the tube. What's up, folks? BigH Trucking, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for all your likes and subscriptions, appreciate it all. I'm in Tennessee, parts unknown, in the state of Tennessee, believe it at that. And there is a tornado warning for the surrounding area. It is ugly down that way, if you can see. Obviously you can see because it's dark. But there's been some hellacious lightning strikes, and I'm trying to catch it on video. So I'm actually doing my 10-hour here. I've got a load coming out of here. It's lightning everywhere around me, but except in the camera, of course, and it never fails. Anyway, I'm getting a load out of here going down to Georgia. A quick stint, 378-mile run. Yeah, hell of a day today. It's one of those days in trucking you wish you were doing something else. But that's trucking, that's right. No matter where you go in life, those are the days, those are the days that makes you scratch your head and say, what am I doing? What do I mean by that? It was a place I delivered to. I've never been there before. It was an absolute nightmare. You had to check in where they unloaded trucks. But that's not where, because mine was a drop and hook. So you had to check in with the receiver. Then you had to spin around, and when I mean spin around, you've got to do another dock, alley dock, to get out of there because trucks are everywhere. So I literally had to wait 25 minutes for a truck to finish loading before I could do my maneuver. Then you had to go out and make a left-hand turn and drop it down the road. That went fine. Make sure you slide your tandems. Then, to get them empty, you had to go back down the road another 2 miles. You make a left and find 2 trailers. Awesome. You ever come to a trailer, those who are in the business, with Prime or any other mega company, where you go do a drop and hook and you get a trailer and you're like, when you see a note on it, dry goods only, and you run a pre-trip and it fails, yeah, that's kind of what happened with me. Oh, I just missed it. I'm gonna try to hold this thing. Nope, if I would have left my camera where it was, it would have picked it up. Anyway, so I go do a pre-trip. That failed. I find a second one. I open the door and the chute's hanging on the ground. Literally hanging on the ground. Debris, cardboard, broken pallets. Broken like full pallets. Stuff. I've never seen a trailer so wiped out in my career. Never seen a... That wasn't the problem. The problem was I needed to get... I needed to take a trailer. At least I thought I did. And that means this load that I'm on now was contingent on me bringing an empty. At least that's what I thought. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go to a Blue Beacon. The closest washout to me, it didn't matter if it's Blue Beacon or something else, was 19 miles. And now times are pressing. I had to get here by no later than 3 o'clock in order for me to get my reset in. So, both trailers, one trailer was worse than the other. So I found a landscaper. There you go, there's a lightning strike. So I found a landscaper, and I'm like, bro, you got a ladder? And he's like, well, no, I've got a milk crate. I go, that will work. No, I'm tall enough to get on top of a milk crate. And I'm just trying to fix this camera, folks. Bear with me. So I got on top of the milk crate's tall enough for me to stand on and reattach the chute. And I do have tape. I have Gorilla tape, but there were pins in there. They were absolute, I don't know how to call them, but they expand. You kind of drill a hole. They're plastic push pins, and then they expand like the how am I going to say this? Like the stem of it would separate, so once it got into the hole, it would expand so it wouldn't fall out. So I managed to fix the chute. There was no reason why that chute came down except the fact that whoever's unloading them trucks, there you go, whoever's unloading those trailers just don't have any compassion for a prime for prime property. So I go to my fleet manager, said, listen, I can't do this next load. It's impossible because of this, that, and the other thing that I just explained. He goes, bear with me for 1 second. He goes, give me the 2 trailers that are not, that you can't take. I said, well, one of them I just fixed. I managed to find somebody. I was able to get another 6 inches taller, and I was able to fix the chute. I go, but both, I mean, the other trailer won't work. Asked me what was wrong with it, and I said if something came up when I did the pre-trip that's not holding temperature. And he goes, bear with me 1 second, I'll go talk to sales. He goes, all right, by the way, he goes, thanks for the info. Sales appreciates it. We got 2 trailers that need fixing. I'm like, no. It's down to 1. The 201 trailer is fixed. But it needs a complete washout. Dirt, everything was all pallets, cardboard stacked up. They must have unloaded the produce, I'll say that. They must have unloaded the produce by hand in the trailer, and they left all the remains behind. Leaves of lettuce, other foreign substances. The trailer smelled like it's been dormant for days, like no air circulating in the rotting produce. So I said it needs a thorough washout, and I said the closest one's 19 miles away, and it was like, I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get to a washout and get this trailer fueled up and get to where I need to get to by the time I need to get to. Otherwise, I can't take the load because I can't get a reset in. All right, hold on. 10 minutes later, he comes back and says, just BT, bobtail, down to the 01. It's all good. So what turned out to be one of those days where you were like, oh my God, this is a disaster. Turned out to be, he saved my ass. So that's when everything turned for the better, and I was able to get here and check in, and now about to hit the sack. 8 minutes long. I rambled on. I wanted to give you a glimpse of some thunder, some lightning. I don't see any trees moving or swaying in the distance, but you can't tell on my windshield. But what woke me up was how hard it was raining out. Now it seems to mellow out. With that being said, BigH Trucking, check out my last video about me loading in a lake. So the story behind that was, after I made the video, I talked to the guy. Those people like, well, you know, I've had a couple of people say, what about boots? Boots. I don't have boots. I have work boots, but I don't have boots that go up to basically the bottom of my knee. That water was 6-7 inches deep. There was no way. So the story is it rained. There was a tropical storm that came through that part of Florida over the weekend. They said he got 12 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. And the lake behind them flooded out. And nowhere else to spill the water but on their property. So that's the story behind that. And thank God the water was warm. Was it clean? I have no idea, folks. I do have a tetanus shot. There was, thank God, I didn't get cut. But the saving grace is I always carry alcohol, rubbing alcohol in wipes on my truck. And as soon as I dry it off, I wipe down my legs with the rubbing alcohol wipes, steering wheel, hands, everything, just in case there was some kind of something in that water, because, you know, there was some garbage in there. But this, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, folks. You know, you can't call up as a professional truck driver and tell you, well, I'm not jumping out of the truck because the water's up to my, you know, up to my knee. And I'm 6'3". So anybody shorter would have been probably over their kneecap. So, you know, hey, hopefully I'll never incur something like that again. I don't have any solutions but to do what I did, because I don't have the boots. I don't have waders. And I'm not going to carry waders in my truck for possible something like that ever happening again. That's kind of ridiculous. Lack of room already. So that's my justification for what I did, how I did it. But I found it to be amusing. I found it to be one of a kind. So check it out. It's pretty cool, man. BigH Trucking signing off. Have a great day. Stay safe. Make great decisions.